on my limit, not to compromise. And you can tell me if I mean it, looking in my eyes. Cause I've been waiting for my moment to strike. So come close, let me show you what it's like. Yeah, you can try to stand in my path, but you're gonna regret it. I'll be the one who laughs last while I'm making my exit. Cause this is only for the strong of heart, not if you get it. And no matter what the outcome, you better accept it. I can cut like the shell, I can bury the pain. So don't doubt for a second, just get out of my way. Just stay still, I'm not letting you go. So take this as a lesson, cause it's all that we know. Will the whole world know your name? When we dance with destiny. I've been there and I've seen it. I'm never gonna stop believing. You'll find your flame. Oh, we can save today. Not die. It's like I'm seeing double vision. Take a seat, I'm on a mission. We got everything to gain. To become everything you're not. You just give it all you got and take the pleasure with the pain. Yeah, I can feel my fire awaken. No time for being complacent. There's a dream on the horizon. You know we gotta chase it. And when we get to where we're going, then we start the invasion. That's me? Nah, you must be mistaken. You know I'll turn you into rust. Grind you right down to dust. You thought you were the best. Well, you haven't made. Fire and rain. Call me the hurricane. I'm not letting it go. Cause it's all that I know. Will the whole world know your name? When we dance with destiny. I've been there and I've seen it. I'm never gonna stop believing. You'll find your flame. Now here we go, it's the end of the show. Hear them, they're calling your name. Cause in the end, it's you and your friends. You'll find your flame.
This song is way too crazy to be from Sonic. Like, it's not just me, right? It feels like this song should be playing at like a metal concert. It's crazy. Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? How has your... Well, I guess, how has your day been? Who we got in here? We got Flash Fox getting first. Hell yeah. And Noir second. Noir, you can't catch a break, can you, dude? Every time you come in, second place. Brooke, Red Werewolf, Witchy, hello. Fat Cat, Persona, is this from Sonic Frontier? It is. Ashen, hello. Dragon, driving and lurking. All right. While you're driving and lurking, I will be dragging my nuts on your face. Got him. Shim, hello. Yeah, sorry. Hello, everybody. You're so sleepy. I'm with you. I'm with you. But yeah, we're having a different kind of stream today. I'm hoping that this does decently. I was inspired to play a visual novel today, and I thought, let's do like a visual novel book club. We'll all kind of meet up, you know, just have a little visual novel action. Nothing etchy for you crazy people. And I'm ready to get into it, because I've heard that this game is incredible. It's gotten a bunch of really good reviews on Steam, and I was looking it up to make sure it wasn't NSFW, and everyone was singing his praises. So let's pull it up. Etchy or edgy? First one.
I'm on a million stars.
Wait, is it starting with an AMV? OMG, Dad does the voices? Yeah, I'm gonna be both my waifu and my husband though. There's them, hello, and Drake, hello.
I was on my own until that day you came and
To be honest, this little lobby boy is what made me want to buy the game. Which visual novel? It is Crystalline. You know, you don't have to show just ass and boob in one shot. Hey, Ruby! I'm done with this opening classic sock anime. It's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. No cute anime boys? I know, right? I was kind of hoping. Oh, never mind. There's some cute anime boys, except for one's nose is really weird. Is this super common for visual novels? Doing a little intro music? I mean, it's pretty great. If the sound isn't good, let me know, y'all. Oh no, phasers, my one weakness. So I have no idea what this game is like. All I did in research was to make sure that it wasn't porn, because you can be playing just some random visual novel and oops, suddenly porn. Mama's decided that this is the moment she wants to do Christmas shopping. I'll be lurking though. Iron. Do we get some 07s in chat? Salutes for our fallen soldier. All right. So how's the sound been, y'all? Is it okay? You named the protagonist Crash Bandicoot. Oh Lord. Oh. Enter your first name. Well, that's easy. Y'all know it. It's about my favorite visual novel is a horror visual novel. My favorite visual novel is Higurashi When They Cry. Sound is good, but you're a little quiet. Okay. I bumped up my mic a bit. It's like just below peaking, so just let me know if the mic's okay. Yeah, but our first name is Talael. Enter the male. Oh, last name? I guess we'll go with Ash Storm. Did I ever tell y'all why I named them Talael Ash Storm? It's because, you know, Talael's my name, but because I was making a cat boy, I was thinking of last names, and I thought of the warrior cats, where, you know, they're like Firepaw and like Star, like Firestar and stuff like that. And I had to go like Ash Storm for it. Should remember Corpse Party. I've not heard of that one before. Congrats, you're a cat boy, 100%. Is there any like BGM right now? This will be my my narrator voice. The library is far more quiet than I would have expected at this time of night. The only sound is the gentle hum of the air conditioner. Whoa, that was too close. I blink my eyes wide open, and I stifle a yawn as I stretch to wake myself up. Focus. Finals are just around the corner, so I can't afford to slack off. Glancing around me, I notice that I'm the only person left in the study. Cubicles. It's getting pretty late, and I'll go back to the dorms as soon as I finish this last chapter. Are we gonna get isekai'd? Is this an isekai? Are we getting hit by a bus? I still have a soft spot for Black Wolf Saga, which unfortunately was never translated. Oh man. Not translating visual novels was like the worst. It took forever to Higurashi to get ported over to English. I flipped through the book. Only a few more pages to go. I can do this. Stealing my resolve, I refocus on my textbook. Gotta go watch the VOD later. Have a great time, Fat Cat. Thank you for stopping by. Oh? Good night, sweet prince. The words in the book blur together as my eyelids grow heavy. I fight to keep my eyes open. My lids continue to droop. I'll just rest them for a second. Something jerks me awake and my eyes blink open. A bright light illuminates the room, blinding me until all I can see is a stark whiteness. I throw my arm over my eyes and shoot it from the light. After a few seconds pass, the lights seem to dim, but it doesn't feel like the same fluorescent glow as the library bulbs. Carefully, I unwind and bring my arm down, squinting at the pale blue sky. Truck-kun when? Apparently not. We just got teleported there. Come on, where is Truck-kun? A mild breeze tousles my hair. Blades of grass tickle my neck as they wave in the wind. Where am I? I'm about to push myself up off the ground when something plops into view. A round blue blob with two dark eyes blinks at me. Dragon Quest!
Boy?
I was not expecting there to be... Oh, okay. It bobs slightly, like pudding. You knew it, you're out, peace? Oh, yeah, no problem. When it notices my stare, it opens a small mouth and takes a dainty bite of my nose. Excuse me? Hey! Creature's bite doesn't sting, but it feels like a cool splash of water. Before I can take another, I scramble to my feet. So, is the sound is good for y'all? Maybe you're crushed by falling books instead of a truck. The creature tumbles off my head and falls to the ground. Once it lands, it shakes itself off with a gelatinous tremble, clearly unfazed. Oi! It hops with my foot and opens its mouth again, but I quickly shake it off. It rolls off my foot into the dirt, then rights itself again. I don't want to be eaten by a slime. That time that I got eaten by a slime, Isekai. Yeah, that was my nose bit. I need that for sniffing.
Boy.
It pouts and continues to watch me, but doesn't attempt another bite. What is that thing? The game's a little loud. Can I? Unfig. What is that thing?
Boy?
It cocks its head as if wondering the same about me. That's unsettling. I take in the scattering of trees around me. Their tall branches kiss the sky. There's a winding dirt trail which weaves through the trees, and I follow it with my gaze. I see smoke billowing out of thatched roofs of a village in the far distance. It's Poi, son? Oh god, Power. Oh no, Power. Where am I? The last thing I remember, studying in the library. That's it. I must have fallen asleep and now I'm dreaming.
Boy?
I glance down at the blue creature. What? In my response, it leaps up.
Boy!
Whoa! I scrabble away from it and it lands back on the ground with a soft thud. That thing can jump pretty high. I need to be careful. What's your deal?
Boy!
I'm having an argument with the slime. It leaps again, and again I retreat. Stop that! Let's see what kind of isekai we're going for. From the intro, it looks like a lot of girls, so probably pro-tag harem. I dodge its jumps, then I begin to run. To my surprise, the blob keeps pace, with a series of nimble bounces.
Boy!
Seriously, stay back! It musters up one long leap, and I turn around the corner of a sturdy tree to avoid it. I don't notice the other person until too late. We painfully collide, and I lose my balance before toppling over. Hello. Fortunately, my hands catch myself, protecting my fall. When I open my eyes, I see a woman. Wooga. Her eyes are scrunched shut, and her mouth is twisted in a grimace. Her long blonde hair is splayed out around her. Yeah, definitely harem anime. But she has a sword, so that's cool. Having an argument with a slime is a pet owner that checks out, fair and valid. She has a small groan as she blinks open her eyes and fixes her gaze on me. I researched this game and it said it wasn't horny, chat. They said it wasn't horny. Maybe she can give me some answers. Where am I?
Huh?
She still seems a bit dazed. Maybe I was being too vague. You believed it? I looked it up. I tried. There's uploads on YouTube, so it's obviously not porn, but apparently it's what you wander in on. Apparently, Chris, I was trying to do a visual novel night, but it's a horny one apparently. How you doing tonight, Chris? What are you doing here?
Looking for the...
She blinks away the confusion from her eyes as her voice trails off. Then she clears her throat.
Do you mind?
Oh. I push myself back up to my feet, She gingerly pushes herself off the ground and winces. Oh, did I fall on top of her? Did I do the high school? Oh no, I fell in my hands on your boob. Ever VA some level of horny. It's not sticking. If it's not sticking my stick into girls, that's true. Oh my god. Hey, Hypatia, how you doing? Okay, it's not 2D. Is it a 3D image in a 2D plane? This is weird. Plus she has Ezreal's Gauntlet. Good, playing some Magic Gathering Arena. Ooh, I am playing Crystalline. It is it was marked as overwhelmingly positive on Steam, and I was like, I want to read a book today. But it has to have cute anime girls in it. Are you all right?
I'm okay. Poi?
The creature is right by my foot again. Are you serious? You're still here? The woman looks surprised.
Pongo!
A Pongo? Pongo? Jeez, all that... Jeez, all that Pokemon last night is making me see things.
Poke-a-man?
Pokemon? What's a Pokemon? Go back to running my stream, but I'm gonna hear look. Oh, thank you, Hypatia. I know where we're going, but hey, abstracted. Pretty... Me too, Flashbox.
Poi?
Even the Pongo is upset with me. The Pongo bobs up and down by my foot and nudges me with its head.
Aw, he's a cute one.
He?
Yeah, you can tell by the shape of his eyes.
Oh, is that how we're doing it? Oh.
I think he wants you to hold him.
He's kind of cute. It is, I mean, he was trying to eat me. It's trying to eat me. That's what he wants. He tried to eat me earlier.
Oh, don't be silly. He's harmless.
Woman leans down and reaches for the Pongo, but he hops away from her.
You'll probably like this hand better.
She extends her other hand and offers the Pongo her gauntlet. He stares at it before turning away and hiding his face behind my leg. Oh. Oh, it's adorable. I have a pet slime now.
Boy. A Pongo who refuses magic energy? Wait a minute. Are you a mage?
Maybe? Oh, the first response hurts. Oh god, and it dates it too because this is before the level reset. I'm a level 110 Frost Mage in not World of Warcraft. Yeah, I play Mage in my MMORPG.
MMORPG? You keep saying such strange things.
Oh no! Do I not realize I'm in a fake world? Looked it up and it seems there's horny but no hentai, so cleavage, booty, and panties. Oh, well, hey, there's uploads of it on YouTube, so. She holds up her gauntlet, and a faint pale light glows. It pulses rhythmically. As she holds it closer to me, it quickens until the pulses almost look like a one long pulse. She blinks in surprise.
Wait, this heightened energy activity, it's you?
It's me! I'm in this world now and I'm massively overpowered. She analyzes the magic swirly thing on the
I
gauntlet.
don't see a discharger on you. So then,
Yo, girls in my pants,
how
though.
is it possible for you to have such a high magical energy reading?
Rule 34, rule 34. Get out of here, dragon!
Are you carrying crystals?
This is a sting operation. No way, man. I'm clean.
Huh?
I don't do drugs. Her eyes narrow. She looks me over again. Okay, it's pretty funny.
Never mind. It doesn't look like you're carrying crystals. Or anything for that matter.
What, am I naked? I don't know what's going on right now. I was lost in the library studying for finals and somehow I woke up here. Hey Hawks, how you doing? Crystal meth, yeah, I'm slinging and dealing.
Oh, are you from the Mage Academy?
Apparently. The what?
Mage Academy.
I rub my temples. Okay, I think I've dozed off long enough. Time to wake up now. I'm gonna pinch myself. I must be dreaming. She blinks in confusion.
You are awake.
No, this is a dream. She frowns.
I can assure you this is not a dream.
I literally made a joke that was like, I'm gonna pinch myself, and immediately. God, this is now gonna be called the least horny playthrough. I will never ever choose a horny response in this entire game. Not only that, I refuse to romance anyone, chat. I'm going to be the most celibate person to ever play Crystalline. I'm not convinced. Despite what you're saying, I'm not convinced.
Okay.
She pulls her hand back and strikes me soundly on the arm. Oh.
Still think this is a dream?
Maybe. I'm less sure about it than before. She punches me again in the same spot. Two for flinching. Pop, pop. Dude in Hard Denial Classic. Classic. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna reset my page because I think I'm seeing the chat a little late.
How about now?
It's a dream. Never. She winds her arm back. All right. It's not a dream. Just don't hit me again. She gloats.
I knew you'd eventually come to your senses.
So, if this place isn't a dream, then where are we?
We're in Meadow Hill.
Okay. Meadow Hill? Where's that? Well, it's a meadow and a hill, so we called it Meadow Hill.
It's a part of the Kingdom of Havengard, of course.
Havengard? She looks at me like I'm crazy.
It's the largest of the 3 kingdoms. Actually,
Oh, okay, let me guess. There's one big kingdom, and there's one evil kingdom that's trying to, like, impede their borders. And we have to ally with the neutral kingdom to try to beat them. Huh? Yeah, you're right, Flashbox. They should have put a response that was, yes, hit me harder.
where are you from?
Oh, I'm from New York. I'm a fucking New Yorker. Hey, forget about it.
New York?
Yeah, you know, part of the USA.
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 USA?
USA. Sin's toxic. Don't Final Fantasy 10 at me, Dragon. Oh, apparently I opened that up.
The United States of what? Never mind that for now.
Man, we have to progress this plot. Never mind.
If you don't have any crystals, and you don't have a discharger, have you casted recently?
I shake my head.
Then the amount of energy reading doesn't add up.
Officer Faye reporting for duty. Officer, arrest them for horny. The game said it wouldn't be horny, and it's slightly. How you doing, Faye? She rests her chin in her hand as she thinks. A shiver runs through me as reality begins to set in. This really isn't a dream. Any ideas? She shakes her head.
Maybe the Mage Academy can provide answers.
Mage Academy. That's a start. Get the cuffs. Sounds good to me. How do I get there?
Oh, it's in the center of Illumia.
Where?
Illumia. You follow the path going north until you arrive at the crossroads. Then you head...
Her voice trails off as she notices my expression.
I'm actually heading back there now. You can come along if you want.
Chat, not only do we find a cute girl who might be able to take us to a town, she also has a sword and a magic glove. Is this an isekai? Yeah, it was. But the problem with it wasn't even like set up. I just fell asleep at the library. I didn't get Chuck-cooned. I didn't log out in an MMO but couldn't log out. I got sucked into a book, I guess. As I contemplate her offer, I look over her again. Can I trust her? Her posture is naturally straight and gives her an air of authority. She did mention she was out here on some sort of official investigation. Plus, she seems friendly enough. No stabbing in the streets. Besides, if I don't go with her, they'll be wandering around on my own. The chances of me finding this Mage Academy alone without running into unsavory people is not promising. I can't risk that. I need to find a way back home. I nod. Thanks. I'm Talayla Ashstorm, by the way.
I'm Leanna. Leanna Dawn.
I realize that I'm the one that clicked the button, but you did interrupt me, Leanna. Thank you. I prefer my animation to blink more. Blink, motherfucker! Hey, she blinked, you know? Just staring into our soul a little bit. Nice to meet you. I hold out my hand for her to shake, but she just stares at it. After giving my hand out for a few seconds, I begin to feel awkward. Her expression changes to curiosity as she gingerly takes my hand. I grin broadly as I shake her hand firmly. She's a bit startled, but when our gazes meet, she matches my smile.
It's nice to meet you too.
Yo, dap me up, dap me up. I look at her questioningly as she continues to shake my hand. She slips her hand away and blushes.
Shall we get going then?
They fight a lot of weeping angels. That's why she's not blinking. Damn, Drake, you right. Damn, you right. Ready when you are. Leanna nods and brings us back onto the path. Then she walks in the direction of the village. The Pongo follows us, staying a step behind. We travel for quite some time together. It's been pretty silent. I wonder if I should say something. Honestly, let's talk about the gauntlet. I want to know more about the magic in the world. Without seeming too suspicious, I try to get a better look at her gauntlet. What was that thing she was doing with it earlier? Leanna notices me staring and shifts uncomfortably.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I was just curious about your gauntlet.
Oh, my manipulator?
Sure?
All mages have a manipulator. It's how we use energy to interact with the elements around us.
Oh, okay, so you're a punch mage. You don't have a wand to cast spells or a staff. You punch the spells at people. Get one on each hand and just throw some magical hands. They're gonna make a game of Weeping Angels because that which carries the image of an angel is itself an angel. Hawks, you're right. And before we can use magic with that one, oh, Flashbox, you know the anime tropes. Yep, we're gonna be some all-powerful creation that's gonna stop the demon lord. Wait, you mean you can cast spells?
I suppose that's one way to phrase it.
Whoa, can you show me something cool?
Like what?
Cast magic missile! Can you cast magic missile in the darkness? Come on! Oh, is it cringier that they put that in the game, or is it cringier that I know what they're referencing? Cast magic missile in the darkness! She furrows her brows.
That's not possible.
I look her straight in the eyes. You're right. She's very clearly confused by my response, as if it's at loss for words. But no, I wanted to see a spell! Come on! Gonna be like Asta. Oh, yes. Took me a second to remember. Yeah, with the friggin' anti-magic blade. Her eyes are dust now. Get the windshield wipers. You feel so old now? I know, right? I know. That's what brought her out here. So, not that I'm complaining, but what exactly were you doing out in the field?
The field?
Bitch, it's called Meadowfield. Bitch, you can't be like, the field? It's called Meadowfield. Where you found me?
Oh, there have been rumors of high energy readings around Meadow Hill, so I was sent to investigate. I had already checked out the surrounding area, and there'd been no clear source for all that excess energy until today.
Until me? When you met me? She nods. I hadn't been in the field for very long before you found me, though.
You might be a byproduct of whatever created the energy spike in the first place.
What do you think it was?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen readings of that level before.
I was summoned into this world by a goddess, and I'm going to be the one that's the hero to slay the Demon King.
The Mage Academy should be able to help explain.
I wonder what it takes to become a mage. So, besides magic, what else does the Mage Academy teach?
Oh, all the basics. How to use a manipulator, how to control your energy, the many usages and differences between crystals and spheres.
Crystal energy and spheres? What exactly is this crystal stuff you keep mentioning?
You mean the difference between crystals and crystal spheres? Well, when we refer to crystals, we mean the raw crystals, whereas crystal spheres are the usable refined state.
I'm just imagining someone with a gun to this voice actress's head and like, tell us what the difference between raw crystals and crystal spheres are. Was a level over 9,000? How deep into the cringe are we going through? That's helpful, but I meant crystals in general. She stares at me and narrows her eyes as if trying to judge if I'm serious.
It's the power source for, well, everything.
Well, everything. I look blankly at her.
You don't use crystals where you come from?
No. Her mouth falls open and she looks at me in bewilderment.
With no crystals, what else do you use to power things?
It's called eclectricity. Lots of stuff. I count off on my fingers. The sun, water, wind, nuclear fission, fossil fuels like coal or oil. Her eyes widen with each item's list. She's about to speak, but I'm not finished. Geothermal, waves, tidal, hydrogen.
Okay.
God, Wait, what? Ooh, what this? Anima waifu? Sugoi! Are you happy, Chris, that I said that with the cat ears on? How you doing, dude? I think a bath is in order. Oh yeah, it's definitely materia, Drake. She shakes her head incredulously.
I get it. You have your own methods of energy. Many methods.
Leanna's eyes sparkle as she falls into a pensive silence. A small smile plays on her lips while she considers what I've said. It might have overwhelmed her a little, but she actually seems interested in all our methods of harnessing energy. But the Pongo! We glance behind us again. Just as expected, the Pongo hops along. So, the Pongo's still following us. Leanna glances back and grins.
That's not too surprising.
It likes me. It likes my nose. It wants to eat it. Had to buy a new keyboard today. Spilled drink on my old keyboard last night after getting hot pie filling on your hand and flinching. Are you in a Three Stooges sketch, Chris? Oh my gosh, that sucks. Is your hand okay? Why not?
Pongos are attracted to magical energy. That's why it was so strange that it showed no interest in my manipulator.
My energy is just so goddamn powerful. It's still following us, though.
It's following you. My readings showed you're full of magical energy. As far as the Pongo is concerned, you're a buffet.
Don't eat me! Supposed to let them go. But hungry now. Huh. As I think over what Leanna said, I look at the Pongo one more time. This time he looks right back at me and his eyes crinkle as he splits into a huge grin. Boy, boy! He lifts up in the air and reaches the height of my waist. Whoa! Boy. He jumps high again. Leanna giggles.
I think he's tired of hopping.
Carry him! I guess it can be hard to keep up when you're so much smaller than us. Hold up my hands and the Pongo hops right into my palm, but he doesn't stop there. Before I can react, he hops on my shoulder and jumps on to land on the top of my head. Yes! Yes! Victory! Boy! I feel a cool wiggle in my hair. Leanna giggles again. Thought you playing 14 tonight? Not tonight. I decided I wanted to do something a little bit different today, Texas. I was feeling a little overwhelmed with the darkness of the story, so I was like, I'm just going to do a visual novel, have a little book club with stream. How you doing today, though, Texas? Headlighting wasn't even a Lala. Man, I'm so jealous the Lalafels have the animals ride their heads.
Nothing. He's just so happy.
She reaches out a finger to stroke the Pongo, which chirrups contentedly. Leanna's smile... Can't talk. Leanna's smile broadens, then she clears her throat as she tries to take on a more serious expression. Her steps quicken as she resumes walking. She's embarrassed. She's gonna log in. Oop. Goodness. Oh my gosh. Nim, thank you so much for the raid. Holy moly. Let me get you a shout out.
Roaring Nim raided my stream with 11 viewers.
How you doing today, Nim? The heck am I playing? I decided I was gonna do a visual novel today because I wanted to have a nice story to read. And this one had overwhelmingly positive reviews, and I looked it up. It said no horny, but what they meant was no nudity. So it's slightly horny. But how you doing, Nim? Welcome in, Raiders. I usually play Final Fantasy XIV, but today we're being degenerates and reading a visual novel. I listen for the sounds of wildlife as we continue walking. I can hear the usual song of birds and the faint whoosh of wings flapping in the air. Occasionally, there's a rustle amid the trees and even a swat of bugs buzzing around my eyes. It all feels very familiar, reminding me of home. Leanna clears her throat.
So, You're from USA?
Yep, the good old US of A. Going for the most anti-horny run, how long will it last? I have made a declaration that this is the anti-horny run. I will not be horny one time. Not horny just means non-porn. Fair enough. Did some Genshin story, then started knocking stuff off in Guilty Gear Strive. Ooh, that's awesome, Nim. Do you like Guilty Gear? I've heard it's really good. USA, but yeah.
Which kingdom is that in?
The kingdom of D's nuts. Get the fuck out of here. How should I phrase this? In the kingdom of North America. She frowns and scratches her neck.
I'm a little ashamed to say I'm not familiar with that place. Where is it?
On Earth?
Earth?
Bitch, you... Like, is the main character just the dumbest person in existence? He obviously knows that this is a different world. Like, come on. Joy, definitely one of the more approachable fighting games. Oh, okay. If it goes on sale, I might pick it up then. I always want to get into fighting games, but I'm really bad at them. Gotta get back on Strive. Haven't tried the new character yet. We can just summon the horny bat to keep them away. Hell yeah. We got a horny bonk emote. Let me see if I can explain. All right, tell me, where are we right now?
In Meadow Hill.
Bitch, I know we're in Meadow Hill. And where's that?
In the kingdom of Havengard.
Bitch, I know that. And where's Havengard?
In the land of Asaria.
Asaria, kind of like Eorzea, chat. How would you explain it? I would just pretend I'm from this world and have like amnesia or something. I wouldn't be like, you don't live in America? I would just be like, whoa, I don't know where I am. Something happened to me. I don't recognize any of this. Like, come on. I always notice my controllers wear out faster the more fighting games I play. Just go crazy on it. Time for the aggro tries to get to land a fighting games arc. I mean, you can try. And what is that a part of?
Terra, of course.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Terra, not Earth. Oops, silly me. Since Toxin, exactly. Use a fight. Damn, Nim. You got a fight stick and everything? That's crazy. I don't know what happened. Did I make the fair folk mad? Yeah, exactly. Okay, so Terra is my Earth. She pauses and my words sink in. Then she gasps.
Wait, are you not from Terra?
I'm an alien. From what I've heard so far, I'm not. She looks concerned.
How did you get here?
They're lying. They shut Terra down. Damn, you're right. They shut down Terra's server, Zephyr. Welcome on in. How'd you find the chat? That's what I'm hoping the Mage Academy can tell me.
Right, but I mean, how did you come to Meadow Hill specifically? Do you remember anything before you were in the field?
Yo, Iron with the gifted sub! Hype! Hell yeah. Thank you, Iron. And welcome on into the family, Zephyr. Nim's unfortunately a friend? Oh no. Nim, unfortunate. Oh, the roasting of the Nim. Oh, I think how do I? Oh, okay, here we go. I think back, I was studying in the library and I've been feeling extra tired because of the same day I have my evening class. I still remember everything about me in my past. Yeah.
Well, at least we know you don't have amnesia.
Okay, you know what? At least I'm not a protagonist that has amnesia. Very true. I know visual novels, this is the part where you use your magic gun to shoot her clothes away. No! No! This isn't... Oh wait, was it like... I think the game Russ played something called Gal Gun or something? I nod. She lapses back into silence, looking thoughtful. I have a lot to think about myself. My head is swimming with everything I've learned so far. While there are some similarities between Terra and Earth, I've only scratched the surface of all the differences. I really hope the Mage Academy can help explain what's going on, and more importantly, how I can get back home. Boy! The pongo flips in front of my eyes, and I carefully scoop him back into place on my head. Whoa, what happened there? Did you slip?
Boy.
Yo. Is my imagination to that poi sound a little sheepish? Yes, I want the slime companion. Leanna looks over and grins.
You were trying to get a good look at our friend here, weren't you?
I feel movement on my head as I assume the Pongo nods.
Looks like someone got a little adventurous and lost his footing.
He doesn't have feet.
Toy.
Yo, bro, slime feet? Sheesh, imagine. Let out a chuckle as Leanna giggles. Once the Pongo is secured, we continue walking. How is it secured? The sun dips in the sky and bathes the tips of the trees in a soft glow. My feet ache in protest with each step I take. My legs are tight from all the walking. Exactly, Flashbox. The poise are the best part of the game so far. Finally, we come upon the perimeter of the village. Leanna grins as she leads me through the gates.
Here we are, Meadow Hill Village.
Take the time to catch my breath and discreetly rest my burning muscles. Leanna hardly seems infected after the long trek. We're finally here. Pull my arms into a stretch. Whew, that was quite the journey. Leanna masked a chuckle.
A journey?
Damn, bitch, you don't even make fun of me? Come on. I have problems. I nod. This time she can't quite hold back her laugh.
Let's continue. We can rest at the inn tonight.
It's mean. As she resumes walking, I ignore my screaming legs and follow her. The village is still bustling with people even at this time of day. I suppose they're getting in their last errands before nightfall. Legs are tired from walking, that's we skip leg day? Come on, come on. Who needs leg day, right? What Taleo's saying is he is on the slime companion path. No, no. I'm thinking, I wonder if this rich daddy girl who can afford a bunch of armor. Maybe. They barely glance at Leanna, but when their gazes are drawn to me, they don't look away. In fact, their steps slow and they crane their necks as we pass. Now I know an animal feels in the zoo. Leanna overhears my muttering and watches the people around us.
It's your clothes. They're very peculiar.
Okay, says you. What? What I'm wearing is normal where I'm from. Even though she stares directed at me, Leanna seems equally uncomfortable.
Okay, new plan. Let's stop by the shops before they close. We don't need to draw attention to ourselves.
Yo, your keyboard's got different RGB settings? Hell yeah. I can safely pat my back pocket where I keep my wallet. I doubt they'll type the card here, or dollars. I don't have any money.
That's okay. I'll take care of it.
Yo, sheesh, I take it back. You can insult me all you want if you're gonna pay for my room and meal. Hell yeah. I like a girl's independent, really. That's really generous of you. Thank you, I really appreciate it.
It's understandable given your circumstances.
Because we came in school uniform, but honestly, it should have been sweats. I mean, it's in America. I imagine I probably am wearing sweats and a t-shirt. Something that most isekai animes don't do. They just have the dude wearing his normal modern clothes. Nobody ever notices. Yeah, 100%. I'll pay you back once I can. Leanna smiles and nods. Leanna changes directions and leads me towards an adjacent street. There are rows of quaint shops lining both sides of the road. I read the signs as I walk by. Edward's Apothecary, Blackstone Forge, Dragon Scale Armory. Huh.
What is it?
I was just thinking how convenient it is that everything's in English here.
English?
God damn it. I should have expected the question based on how our previous conversations have gone, but I'm still a little taken aback. It's what we're speaking now.
We're speaking common.
God damn, it's common. I knew it. I knew it was gonna be common. Like, every single fantasy is like, well, we speak common, but there's like draconic languages and these languages. New plan, move in as a roommate, mooch off her until she finally has enough and kicks you out. Isn't that just like the deadbeat dad kind of thing? What? Lena pauses in front of a shop and peers inside. Satisfied, she motions for me to follow.
Never mind. Come on in. We're here.
I step into the shop and the first thing I notice is the overpoweringly musty smell of leather. Not surprising considering the walls are lined with different types of leatherware. That was made with piss, chat. The way they used to tan leather was with pee. Clothes buying montage! Hell yeah! A small elderly man emerges from the back. A pair of round glasses sits on his nose, and an apron hangs around his neck. Is this the first time we're going to see a model that isn't the girl?
Welcome. Please, take a look around.
Come on, he's got to have a picture. His smile falters when he notices me. Leanna clears her throat. So Leanna told you to go out and find a quest weeks ago, and you're smoking elven pipeweed. Damn, that elven pipeweed though, sheesh. Hitting that good, you know what I'm saying? I hate when you have to pop it. Ah, the old man was filling up the PVATs. Gotcha. Familiarity of Zero is an anime where they address the language barrier from Isekai. At first, communication is impossible. Ooh. That's interesting. I kind of like that. Could you message me or put that in the anime recommendations, Dragon?
We're looking for a new wardrobe for my friend here.
Yes, of course.
The shopkeeper blinks back to reality. Oop, there goes gravity. Oh, he's so mad, but he won't give up that easy, no? And resumes his pitch.
Well, you've come to the right place. We tan our hides and stitch the pieces ourselves. You won't find any finer quality than here.
You were right. He is filling up the vat. They tan them themselves. Leanna smiles politely and strolls towards the selections. Check out two seemingly identical leather vests, both of which are marked at different prices. Only the first thing is in English. I mean, I always watch subbed anyway, Dragon. That's okay. I really can't see a difference between the two. Maybe they boost different stats. Hey, Leanna. Turns around. Which one of these will increase my... Shit, do these actually matter? I'm gonna go with intelligence. Intelligence? She raises an eyebrow and nods, then picks up a random shirt.
This one does.
Really? Leanna giggles. Did she just troll me? Troll. God, when was this game made? Oh no. First there was the reference from earlier with the I cast magic missile in the darkness. And now we're going with troll. Ooh. Very funny. So, none of these raise any stats? Leanna gives me a weird look.
Do your clothes where you come from raise stats?
Only if you consider cool points to be a stat. Sub the only way, yes, I'm a sub elitist. There's very few anime that I feel benefit from a dub. Probably Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is the only one I can think of the top of my head. 2018? This is not old enough to be having these as memes. She looks just as confused as before. No shit. Never mind. He smiles as we continue perusing. This is my idiot friend. He's really dumb and says some weird fucking things. One by one, Leanna and I pick out my new outfit. Once all the pieces have been chosen, she goes to hackle with the shopkeeper. I tune out their discussion and watch the people passing by. Their clothing are simple in design, meant to be more functional than aesthetic. To my surprise, everybody walks around armed. The village doesn't seem dangerous, but looks can be deceiving.
Why don't you get changed now? There's a space in the back to give you some privacy.
You'd think he wouldn't be confused about people being armed since he's from the USA. Haha, got him. The only dubs I like are joke dubs, looking at you ghost stories. Oh god. She's either a bitch or a ghost. My bad, she's a bitch and a ghost. Recommendations A, please tell me if hers... Oh, I read the whole manga Spy X Family up to when it was present about a month ago. I haven't watched the anime yet, although I'm planning on doing so. I most often read manga instead of watch anime, because I can read manga a lot. You have to set aside a whole time for an episode, but I can read a couple chapters and go on to the next. But yeah, Spy X Family is amazing. I love that. Such as he said from nowhere. Yeah, I'm from New York. If I ain't strapped, that's a felony right there. Kept out of the Discord channel, otherwise I will level. Fair enough, Flashbox. I nod and take the clothes from her. Once I've ensured privacy, I quickly get changed. Luckily, these clothes have pockets, and I can just transfer everything over. I palm my wallet, deck of cards, and loose change. Next is my phone. Bitch, why do you have a deck of cards? Try to turn it on just to see if it will still work, but it doesn't react. The battery must be dead. I get the feeling they don't have wall charges here. No shit, bud. Our whole mission for this whole game is going to be able to convert their crystal energy to charge my phone. I have to show her Angry Birds. Shrugging it off, I slip my phone out of my pocket too. When I emerge, Leanna gives me a once-over. How do I look? She grins and nods in satisfaction.
Wow, look at you. Just like a native. This look suits you.
Do I get to see myself? I match her grin. Thanks.
Let's go find the inn now.
Not charging your phone, this is the lightning. It's too close to home. Yeah, exactly, right? Poker night with the dudes. I have never gambled once in my life. I've never played a game of poker, never done slots before, because I know for a fact I have an addictive personality and I will get lost in the sauce. I don't even play gacha games. That's why. That's how much I don't gamble. She heads out of the shop and I follow her. Actually, maybe we can stop by the armory? She pauses and looks curiously at me.
Armory? You want to get a weapon?
I mean, everyone else has one. Question is careful, cautious. The goal is to blend in, right? It's weird that a person wearing leather armor is traveling unarmed. Looks like a hostage or something. Damn, girl, I'll be your hostage. Sheesh.
You do have a point. Plus, it could come in handy.
We in Just Chatting? We are, Flashy. How you doing? We are a Just Chatting stream right now doing a beautiful visual novel. Why do I not like the sound of that?
Do you know how to use a weapon?
Oh, yeah, of course. Again, although her voice holds no hostility, I sense her caution. Oh, yeah, I totally do. I used my fucking decorative katana. Damn, my man, I know. Only once I ever played poker, it was quarter chips, and I started $10 in the hole and took every dive for the table. Damn, Hawks, the sweep. I practice kendo in the USA, in New York, competitively. I'm sorry, chat. That's the most bullshit line I've ever heard. Like, I can suspend my disbelief into like, oh yeah, we're in a fantasy world. Sure. Isekai, sure. But this motherfucker from New York in the USA is like, I practice kendo competitively. She blinks. It's a type of sword fighting where I come from.
I see.
Oh, so you're a weeb. Fair enough. Leanna falls silent as she gazes out into the street. After an extended pause, she nods. Deep breath. Weeb. We head to the forge where rows of blades ranging from long swords to short daggers hang on the wall. Yo, bro, they have guns? What do you mean they have guns? That's just a fucking pistol. What the? We're in a fantasy world, bro. What do you mean we got guns? All of the blades look fairly plain, but the steel edges glint dangerously amidst the warm glow of the forge. Unlike the previous shopkeeper, the metalsmith ignores us as he pounds out a red-hot blade. Sparks jump from the clanging metal, reminding me of fireflies. 10 million fireflies. It's weird that I hate goodbyes. Leanna lets me browse the swords. I reach for one that catches my eyes. As I gently remove it from the shelf, I miscalculate its weight and drop it. Are you fucking with me? How is this the main character? Clearly mana blasters. My bad, Chris. My bad. My bad. Oh. I do kendo competitively. Drops the sword instantly. The steel scratches the ground with a sharp screech. The metalsmith pauses in his work to glower in warning. Lena looks on in shock.
Careful!
Yeah, no shit, I'm just dropping live steel on the ground. I quickly right the sword back up and grip it tightly. Lena now watches me with intrigue.
Is this the first time you've held a sword?
Well, I lift, bro. Jesus. God, Jesus, this is cringe. Practice ones only. Nothing beyond wooden swords. Take a practice swing and fumble the sword. It's live steel. You don't just swing live steel. Luckily, I tighten my grip and get it under control. Leanna looks uneasy. No shit, she does. Swing again, and the movement flows naturally. Did her boobs just jiggle when I swung my sword in game? As the sword cuts through the air with a sharp thwing, I can't help but admire how smoothly it slices. This is high-quality craftsmanship. Let's go with this one. And then she slides off screen. As before, Leanna discusses with the shopkeeper. When she returns, I strap the sword to my belt. By the wind of our swing, let them jiggle. The fact that her model has boob jiggle doesn't bode well for the visual novel. There's no porn in it. I can guarantee that. It's on YouTube. There's no porn in it. And when I was looking up to see if it was an NSFW one, I found a thread that was someone complaining that it wasn't. It was like, God, all these visual novels these days going up on Steam don't even have a porn patch for them. It's like, bro, this isn't that kind of game. We made one more stop to gather supplies for our travel. By the time we're finished, the sun is set and darkness blankets the sky. The town is aglow with soft lights glint from within houses and lampposts in the streets. As we pass by a lamppost, I peek inside and see a small crystal shining brilliantly. Using the lights to guide us, we find the inn. Take a seat at one of the crude tables while Leanna talks to the innkeeper behind the bar. There's scattering of other patrons, mostly men, who sit alone nursing a tankard of what I assume to be ale. I stifle a yawn. Not having a chance to sit down, I feel the full weight of my fatigue. Luckily, Leanna returns and hands me a key.
This is your room for the night. It's right next to mine.
Thanks. She nods.
They should be coming out with our dinner soon. Then we should get to sleep. We have an early start tomorrow.
My stomach grumbles in anticipation. Sorry. Leanna smiles as she sits on the empty stool next to mine. Our meals arrive and I stare at the bowl before me. It's goopy, thick stew and looks about as appetizing as dog food. It smells pretty good. What is this?
It's stew.
Bitch. God, I know it's fucking stew. I know it's fucking stew. What kind of stew?
Rabbit.
Oh, okay, I got some game meat. Time for the end scene. I wonder how we're gonna do this. Or make a hole with your sword. Oh no. Oh no, Flash Fox. A brief image of a cute, fluffy bunny flashes across my eyes.
Is something wrong?
I only eat non-GMO, all-natural, vegan, certified, gluten-free, 100% whole... Okay, it's not gluten-free if it's 100% whole grains. No trans fat, grass-fed, no preservative, organic pasture meals. Also, it can't be grass-fed if it's vegan. There's a couple contradictions in this one. What if they call rabbits a giant slug creature? Oh, yeah. It's like a giant monstrous rabbit. You've asked about everything else so far. Oh, honestly, Arizona, true. I've been so dumb about everything that it might as well be like, it's stew. Just as the word's about to come out of my mouth, I realize how much of a fool I am and decide to say something else instead. Damn, even the game wouldn't let me do that. Nope, all good. I'm about trying new foods. Nothing's wrong. This is fine. Thanks. Take a tentative bite of my stew.
How is it?
Amazing! This is even better than I expected. I don't believe that's the point. Game cockblocked me. Game cockblocked me real bad. I got blue balled with that response. Leanna grins as she digs in. Finish eating and Leanna cleans her bowl. Then the two of us head upstairs. She pauses in front of her room and I stop in front of mine. Good night.
Good night.
I'm about to enter my room when I hear a small voice.
Polly?
Looking down, I see the Pongo back at my feet. Now that I think about it, ever since we entered the village, he's been awfully silent. Have you been following us this whole time, or did you lose us and find us again? Pongo blinks twice and bounces.
Boy. Pongos aren't exactly welcomed everywhere.
What? That was a Pongo? Think of it like the slime from Dragon Quest. It's pretty much, that's what it pretty much is. We saw one image of it in the beginning of the visual novel, and that's it. Why's that?
Well, they absorb the energy around them, including crystals which are used to light lampposts or other similar items.
I can see how that would be bad.
I think this guy knew to stay out of sight once we came in here.
What if someone sees him here?
As long as he doesn't stray too close to a crystal, he'll be fine. People only make a fuss when it looks like their crystal might be drained.
Ain't no way, Chris. Ain't no... Dragon Quest? It's an incredibly famous RPG series. It's basically equivalent in terms of Final Fantasy and how many have been made. The art style is done by the creator of Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball, Toriyama. This guy. Oh, you're trolling. Oh, I've been hurt. Chat, why would you do this to me? Got it. She reaches toward the Pongo.
Do you want to sleep with me tonight?
Boy.
Pongo snuggles against my leg. Deanna sighs. That's right, bitch. We ain't trifling with you.
I thought as much.
Now, it's us two homies, me and the slime the whole way. She opens her door and flashes me one last smile.
Sleep well.
I will. She disappears into her room. I open my door and step through. The Pongo perks up.
Boy.
Let him in! Step away from the door, the Pongo hops in. As I close the door behind him, he continues to hop around the room as if inspecting it. I want a slime dog. Yawning widely, I collapse into the bed. The Pongo continues to circle the room. Are you looking for a place to sleep?
Boy.
He suddenly leaps up and lands on my bed. Then he bounces to the foot of the bed and wiggles himself a cozy nest by creating a small crater on top of the blanket. Does anyone have 1,000 points? I want to hug my dog. I can't help but grin at the little guy. She flashed me. Come on, Chris. Come on. Come back to the shower after that question. I can explain, Drake. Good night, Pongo.
Boy.
There we go, Chris. Belle, come here. Come here, Belle. Come on, Belle. Roll over in bed as if not long before I'm fast asleep. Come on, Belle. Come on, Belle. Apparently she was downstairs. Come here, Belle. Yeah, she is. Here's my beautiful girl. Oh. Here she is. Hi, Belle. Oh, thank you for the kisses. Thank you. I love you too. Mwah. And yes, you get your treat. You were a good girl. You were... I've used you for clout. For streaming clout. You can have a treat. Off to kill the big bad. Good luck on avoiding the horny. Hell yeah, Hawks. Thanks for stopping by. A knock on my door jolts me awake. I sit straight up in bed and barely notice a tiny yelp as the Pongo tumbles to the floor. Hello? The knocking stops.
It's Leanna. Are you about ready?
I rub my eyes and blink at the feeble rays of light outside. What time is it?
It's past dawn. We need to get a move on if we want to make a good time.
Dawn? There's no good reason anyone should be awake at this hour. I attempt to lay back down in my bed when the knocking starts again. All right, I'll be there in a minute. The noise stops. I yawn and stretch, then notice the Pongo on the floor. What are you doing on the floor, buddy? Weren't you sleeping in the bed? The Pongo wiggles and shoots me an accusatory look.
Boy.
Pongo is carrying this game 100%, 1,000,000%. Pongo based. Onto the slight indentation on my pillow and back of the blue mass on the floor. Sorry, I didn't mean to knock you off. He looks cautiously at me, then hops into the bed and up onto my head.
Boy.
He nips at my hair and then jiggles. I guess that means he's forgiven me. I want one. Chad, I want one. Don't care how, I want it now. I push myself to my feet and begin getting dressed. Once I've grabbed all my things, I push open the door and nearly collide with Leanna. Whoa!
Are you ready to go?
Yeah. Leanna nods and leads the way out of the inn. Pongo best character, Pongo best character. Follow her through town and head north. A lot quieter than when we first arrived at the town. Gradually begins to wake up. We don't run into too many people in the street. Although the shops aren't open yet, I can see the shopkeepers busy prepping for the day. Oh, I hope not, Flash Fox. I really hope the Pongo doesn't end up being a waifu. No. Right before we reach the edge of town, the guard stops us.
There's been heightened bandit activity reported on these roads.
Leanna's brows crease.
Are the roads closed?
No, but until we get a handle on the bandit activity, we're advising everyone to stay in town.
We can't stay.
Where are you headed?
We're headed to Illumia.
The guard notices a sigil on Leanna's manipulator.
You're a mage knight?
She nods. As the guard turns to focus to me, I draw attention to the blade on my hip. He nods gruffly, then moves out of the way.
Just be careful out there.
Thank you.
Careful out there. King's honor, friend. She motions for me to follow her. Does a backfired spell and the Pongo gains a sexy humanoid form? No! I refuse. If that happens, the game's quit. I quit. Once we're back in the familiar dirt path, I take one last look at the Meadow Hill village before focusing on the road ahead of me. Our trek along the path is peaceful. The forest gradually awakens with birdsong and the scuttling of woodland animals. Having grown up in the city, the sounds of nature still startle me, and I glance at every rustle of the leaves. Lena, though, seems unfazed. Her eyes routinely survey her surroundings. Suddenly, she freezes. I nearly bump into her. Why, you don't love Pongo? I love Pongo as a dog. I don't love Pongo as a girl. Weird. What the?
Shh.
Falls silent as she listens. When she speaks, her voice is a whisper.
Did you hear that?
Obviously not. I strain my ears, listening for anything out of place. Then I hear the voices among the trees. Bandits? A strangled scream pierces the air, scaring a flock of birds into flight.
Someone might be in danger.
Someone that's a waifu? Her previously caution abandoned, Leanna sprints towards the sound and I follow at her heels. We both take cover as the trees open up, revealing a man in a trench coat surrounded by 5 bandits. One more bandit lies motionless in the ground. Upon seeing their fallen comrade, the bandits all unsheathe their weapons. 3 of them hold long swords and 2 of them point guns. The trench-coat man doesn't stir. His dark hair falls over his eyes, and I can't see his face.
You won't get away from us this time.
I hope it does end up being a waifu, but doesn't change into a humanoid or anything. You just get a route where you reject all the girls and dedicate yourself to the Pongo. Oh, that's what I'm hoping for too. As long as it doesn't waifu and I have to date it, if I just go the non-horniest, reject everyone, have a Pongo life, I want that.
Take him out.
The man punches his coat open and draws 2 guns. Leanna sets her jaw.
Stay here.
As soon as the words fall from her lips, she races out to the trees. Her hair whips behind her, and her white coattails billow in a graceful arc. She moves faster than any human, as if the air is pushing her forward instead of dragging her down. Her gauntlet hand clenches as a blue sphere glows, then disappears as she smashes her fist into the nearest bandit. He flies away from her and crashes against the tree before crumpling into a heap.
A mage knight?
No, Mage Knight! My name is Bandit 2. I'm an important character. Didn't even think about the possibility of Pongo becoming a human. I'm scared now. I'm scared too, Iron.
She must be with him.
Or she's after the bounty. Take her out too.
They got a gun. We're fighting guns with magic punches. I mean, as we've seen in Final Fantasy, guns are useless. The mysterious man fires a hail of bullets. Purple. What? Why did I say bullets? The mysterious man fires a hail of purple blasts at the bandits, catching one of them in the chest. Leanna deflects the sword of another bandit with her own blade. I can't just sit there and do nothing. I have to help. Ignoring Leanna's command, I unsheath my sword and charge into battle. Click the matching icon. First encounter. What? I'm sorry. What? Is this supposed to be combat? This is shitty Simon Says. Oh my god. Oh, there's gameplay. Holy shit. Guns are useless though, throwing all machinists. I'm sorry, what was that machinist being at the bottom of the DPS charts? Oh, riveting gameplay, I know, right? It could have been match. Yeah, exactly. Just let's do the match ones. That's fine. This thing has a 10 out of 10 review average. It does. It's overwhelmingly positive. I will say it's been funny so far. Leanna breathes heavily as she surveys the bodies around her. She glances at me and the stranger who's still standing.
Anyone hurt?
I do a gentle pat down of myself and wince at my bruises. Nothing major. I did just kill these people, I'm assuming. Leanna nods and she fidgets with her manipulator. Oh, look at his fucking face. Oh my god, look at his fucking face. Holy shit. Oh my god, that's the ugliest face I've ever seen. That's like, this looks out of like one of those how to draw anime books that they used to have. There's the actual protagonist, exactly. Here he is, Kirito. The man stays silent as he inspects his gun. Now that I have a better look at him, I realize that although his fierce scowl makes him seem tough, he doesn't look that much older than me. His hair has a habit of falling around his eyes, but as he pushes it back, I notice a long scar cut across one eye. Once satisfied, he tucks his gun back into his belt, gets to his feet. He nods at us.
Thanks.
Thanks. Then he turns away.
Wait!
He pauses.
Where are you headed?
Why?
There might be more bandits around. We should team up if we're going in the same direction. Safety in numbers.
He studies us in a stony silence. His gaze flicks to her manipulator and he relaxes slightly.
Where are you going?
We're headed to Illumia.
Me too.
Convenient. Leanna nods.
You're from the Mage Guild?
Yes, I'm Leanna.
Does this scream like high school acting to anyone else? That's mean. That's mean. I don't know, the voice just sounds a little stilted. I'm Taleo.
Zach.
Boy.
All of us glance at the little blue Pongo who seemingly popped out of nowhere. And this is our little friend.
I see.
Pongo blinks at Zach, who stares him down. Pongo bounces uncertainly. Zach's unblinking stare never wavers. So the Pongo scoots behind my leg for safety.
Now that introductions are over, let's get moving.
That's mean to high school actors. Oh no. Dragon, that's mean. That's mean. Yeah, interesting. The last two streams I've done have both been Zach's in them. Zach waits for us to collect our things, and once we're all set, we head back into the road. Leanna and I lead the way, the Pongo keeping pace with us while Zach hangs a few steps behind us. Ask about Zach's weapon. So what type of gun is Zach carrying?
You mean his discharger?
Damn, girl, yeah, I mean his discharger. That's not what we call him where I'm from. What's a discharge? Bitch, oh my god. The protagonist is so dumb and it's hurting me. It's hurting me. Roro, hello, how you doing tonight, Roro? Think he wants to cook and eat Pongo with how he stared at it? It's basically making a slushy at that point. What's a discharger? Hear a sound behind us. Zach raises an eyebrow when I turn to look at him.
Did you hit your head or something?
Yes. Leanna looks a little uncomfortable.
He's not exactly from around here.
Zach crosses his arms.
I see.
There's a pause. So, a discharger?
It's a weapon that uses crystal spheres to power it.
We did, Chris. I didn't even, notice it until you pointed it out. So, it is a gun.
Maybe?
The spheres are the bullets. Well, it's kind of a magazine in some sense because it's used to fire the bullets, or, in this case, bolts of energy. The end looks uncertain. Although it made sense in my head, I can see why she might be confused. Never mind. I got it. Thanks.
Sure.
She smiles. I feel Zach's gaze on me, but his expression is hard to read. About her speed. Leanna, I saw you during the fight. How are you able to move so fast?
Oh, I cast wind magic to manipulate my movements.
Oh, it's like putting on a speed buff.
They're small adjustments, like shifting the draft to move me forward, or using a breeze to help lift me during jumps.
Yes, because that's a small amount of wind would do that. Damn, that sounds awesome. She grins.
So next time you're lagging behind, I'll use my wind to give you a little boost.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That would be amazing. Could already imagine myself running like the wind. Leanna seems pleased by my reaction. Ask how Zach knew she was in the Mage Guild. How does Zach know you're in the Mage Guild?
He saw my emblem.
Yo, you want to run that line one more time? Emblem? She lifts up her arm and points at the sigil on her manipulator. What exactly does the Mage Guild do?
We investigate any type of magical anomaly. The Mage Guild in Havengard is actually headquartered in Illumia.
Sort of like a police force? Chat, if every interaction is going to be me comparing something in their world to our world, this is rough. Leanna furrows her brow.
Police?
Like how detectives go out in the field and solve mysteries.
A little like that.
It now makes sense as to why both the guard in the Meadow Hill village and Zack relaxed after seeing Leanna's emblem. Well, looks like that guard was telling the truth. Definitely are bandits on this road.
Yeah.
Something in her voice which makes me think she doesn't completely agree. Did she say Elmo? How long until Leanna abandons him? Hopefully, like, now. Our protagonist sucks. What is it?
It's just, well, for bandits, they were pretty well equipped.
But their name said Bandit and Bandit 2. He stares hard at Zack, but he doesn't react. What does that mean? Are they not bandits? They're bounty hunters. Leanna continues to look at Zack.
I'm not sure.
They were bandits.
She looks sharply at Zack, obviously caught off guard.
Sure.
That didn't sound too convincing. The subject drops, but I feel a little uneasy. If those guys were bandits, then who were they? And why were they attacking Zack? The questions circle my mind as the conversation lulls in silence. Leanna leads the way, though she seems to have something in her mind. Zack trails from behind. He remains at a heightened alert. We traveled together for quite some time with no further interruptions. Even my legs start to burn from all the walking. Probably now Zack is a fugitive and the bandits are bounty hunters after Zack. Yep, 100%, Chris. 100%. Yo, bro, his face, though. Leanna squints at the sky.
We should make camp before it gets dark.
Zack nods.
There's a good spot up ahead which hides us from view. It'll still give us visibility on any intruders, though.
Sounds good. Be a funny plot concept. Starts out like a regular isekai, and then the loser, everyman hero gets immediately ditched, and it turns into survival. That would be amazing. I would love that, Arizim. Like, we're still OP, just no one can bear to be around us. Zack leads the way, and soon we reach the clearing. Three of us get to work setting up camp. I rolled on my bedroll near the campfire and noticed how thinly it's spread on the ground. Can this thing really be comfortable? Zack nods, oh God, it's the warrior. I was literally just thinking about that because someone's comment, I was editing a video today, was like all of our neck muscles getting strong from the nodding we're doing. I lie down in the bedroll and place my hands behind my head. This isn't as bad as I thought. Yawn escapes my lips, I could definitely fall asleep here. My gaze lingers in the night above. The moon hangs in the inky sky, dotted with so many pinpricks of silver light. It sparkled vividly as I tried to chase away the dark. I breathe out a breath in wonder. I never knew the stars could shine so brightly. I tried to pick out a few constellations, but the star patterns above are unfamiliar.
What are you looking at?
The stars. I quickly sit up at the sound of Leanna's voice. She holds two steaming bowls in her hands. I accept one of the bowls with a smile as she sits beside me. Just admiring the sky. This place is really beautiful. Back where I live, you don't get to see so many stars.
How come?
Light pollution. Our cities are filled with so much light that it drowns out the stars. Leanna gazes thoughtfully at the sky.
Right. It's a little harder to see the stars in town than it is out here.
I shake my head. It's not the same. Some nights, I don't see the stars at all. Her eyes widen in surprise. Then she places her chin in her hands.
A night sky without stars.
She looks at me.
What's your world like?
Well, let's not get into that. I don't like either of the top two, so I'm just going to different, but more or less the same. It's kind of like here, but kind of different. This is the most, like, banal answer ever. She stares at me, waiting for me to elaborate. We don't use crystals or have magic, but we definitely don't have pongos. Let's at the pongo snoozing beside me. Lena smiles at his soft snores. But we do have forests and towns. We speak languages and have our own versions of academies and shops and guilds. We also have weapons and martial arts.
Like kendo.
Like kendo. Yep. She learned. Love how your voice and character responses. Your characters are drooling idiots. I mean, yeah, 100%. He's a drooling idiot. Yeah, he's kind of got that dumbass protagonist to him.
That sounds like it'd be an interesting place to visit. I wonder what it's like to live in a world with no crystals.
Sucks. She tilts her head back and returns her gaze to the sky. Underneath the moonlight, her pale skin seems to glow amidst the darkness. Her face softens and she smiles.
You're right. The stars really are beautiful.
Meanwhile, Zack is brooding in the corner. We fall into a comfortable silence as we enjoy the tranquility of the night. After we finish eating and cleaning up, Zack approaches us.
It's getting late.
Yana nods.
I'll take first watch so you can rest.
Oh, thanks, Zack.
All right. I'll take second watch.
I guess that just leaves me for third. Zack stares unblinkingly at me while Yana coughs nervously.
That's okay. We had an early start, and I'm sure you're tired. We should rest up and sleep through the night.
Damn, I'm so incompetent they won't even let me keep watch. Do you guys not trust me? It almost sounds like you guys don't trust me. Though I try to keep my tone light and joking, Lena looks guilty.
No, that's not. I mean, it's not that we don't trust.
Yes.
She looks sharply at Zack, his arms are crossed, but his expression doesn't change. Seriously? Zack nods towards Leanne.
She's part of the Mage Guild, so I know she won't pull any tricks. I don't know anything about you.
I'm sorry.
As the fire in my mind abates, I realize Zack has a point. I've given him no reason to trust me. If I were in his shoes, I'd be just as cautious. I nod. Alright, I suppose that's fair.
I better get to sleep then. Good night.
Good night. Zack nods. I wonder how many times we're going to hear that. Make a drinking game of it. Leanne flashes me one last smile before crawling into her bedroll. As she lies down, Zack positions himself against the tree and takes a seat. Get to know Zack. We're going to be traveling together. I should make an effort to get to know what kind of person he is. I walk over to Zack. Hey. Drinking game out of it sounds like death, pretty much. Mind if I sit? He gestures for me to join him, so I do. Obviously, I'll have to lead the conversation. So, how's the weather? Zack stares at me. Alright, let's switch gears. Is this one of them erotic visual novels? I wish at this point. Like, holy moly, Kev. Our main character is the dumbest motherfucker. How you doing, by the way? Are you a cat or a dog person?
Is this going anywhere?
No. I sigh. I'm trying to build up some trust here, but you gotta meet me halfway. Zack looks away. Great. I guess he doesn't want to talk.
Dog.
Woof woof, you dog boy. Doing well, my guy. Hope you are too. I'm doing pretty great. Yeah, I decided I want to do a little visual novel book club with everyone tonight, which I'm enjoying quite a bit. The game is cute, funny, and very stupid. What?
I prefer canines.
Oh, cool. Silence creeps in again. So, we're all going to Lumina.
Yep.
What brings you there?
I'm meeting someone.
Oh, a friend?
Someone from work.
What do you do?
I'm a mercenary.
He's a merc. Heading out to see Christmas lights with the family? Oh, have a great night, Arizim. Have fun with your cringe game. I'm having a lot of fun with the cringe game. It's so cringy. All right, have a great time. Mercenary, that's badass. Seriously, that's so cool. Zack shifts uncomfortably. His stony facade cracks and reveals his surprise.
Okay. So, why are you going to Illumia?
This feels like we're experiencing the other half of any conversation with the Warrior of Light. Pretty much, it really is. Leanna's taking me to the Mage Academy. He studies me again.
Are you a mage? You don't have a manipulator.
I shake my head. No, I'm looking for answers. He nods in an understanding and doesn't pry. Although I try to stop it, a yawn escapes.
You should get some sleep. We have an early start in the morning.
That sounds familiar. Push myself to standing. Good night. He nods. Is his coworker named Cloud? Oh, yeah, 100%. Don't leave this. Oh, thank you for leaving it running, Harrison. Okay, you know, Chris, it isn't even a good isekai like that. It's not even like oh, I got hit by a truck and woke up here. I fell asleep in the library, and then I'm suddenly here. I didn't even get truck summoned. Are we dating Zach now? I mean, he's the only guy so far, so sure. Woo, cringe game, cringe game. I lie down in my bedroll and scooch around to get comfortable. I try to close my eyes to sleep, but something still doesn't feel right. Oh yeah, I need a pillow. Sitting up, I look around for anything I can use. My gaze falls on the Pongo, who now rests beside Leanna. Pongo pillow! This is happening. Psst, Pongo. Pongo blinks open bleary eyes, but perks up when he notices me.
Boy?
Come here.
Boy!
He happily bounces over, but he comes within reach. I make a grab for him to pluck him into my bedroll. He squeaks in protest as I lay my head on him. Apparently the library was in a spatial distortion zone, 100%. Oh. Like a slippery eel, he wriggles himself free and bounces back to Leanna's side. No! Pongo!
Boy!
He glares suspiciously at me.
Boy!
He turns his back to me and comes against Leanna. No! I chose poorly! Pongo will remember that! So we fell asleep in the library, ended up here. We did, yeah. That's literally the story. I sigh. Well, I guess I have no choice but make do with being pillowless. Molesting small Ro, that's mean. You never used your dog or cat as a pillow before? Lying back on my bedroll, I close my eyes, eventually drift off to sleep. Got elevator transition music. A dull throbbing my back pulls me awake. I hadn't fully appreciated the magic of mattresses until now. The yawn escapes and I stretch widely. Aside from the achiness, I actually feel well rested. I sit up and glance around. Zach leans against a tree with his head down. His hair covers his eyes, so I can't tell if they're open or closed. That's music from an RPG Maker. It is? Oh, sheesh. RPG Maker, though. Hey, Shiv. I know you were here in the beginning, but how you doing? Non-stop lick you if you tried. Belle tries to non-stop lick me no matter what. She likes to lick my face more than anything else in the world. The transition music remind me of an old kid show or something. Yes, 100%. Sit up and glance around. Oh, I read this one. Regardless, his hands rest on the handles of his discharges. Creepy. Looking around again, I fail to spot Leanna. Where'd she go? If this is a fucking shower scene. I think I hear her cry in the distance. Is that her? I should investigate. Crossing over a hill, I see Leanna practicing in an open field. She grips her blade in a fighting stance, her face stern with concentration. Ha! Okay, good. It's not a shower scene. Good. Working, listening to you cringe. Pretty great stream so far. Thank you. Hopefully your work's going well. She swings her blade in a high arc, ending with a graceful spin. Judging by how fluid and accurate her movements are, it's clear she dedicated many years to perfecting her craft. Her hair whips around as she turns, but never seems to blow in her face. Even with heavy armor, her movements are still nimble, as if she's wearing no armor at all. I wonder if it has to do with her wind magic. Once she notices me, she lowers her sword.
Oh, sorry. Did I wake you? I moved out here so I wouldn't disturb you.
Imagine this turned into a horror game after the hitchhiker you picked up killed Leanna. Oh god, that'd be horrifying. Or I'm the hitchhiker that Leanna picked up and I murder them. No, I was already up. I didn't see you at camp, so I came looking.
Gotcha.
Boy!
Let's down my feet. I spot the beaming Pongo. Leanna giggles.
Looks like you guys are best friends already.
Hey, that's good. I didn't get the bad ending where the Pongo hates me. Of course. The best of friends. Is that right? Pongo nods excitedly.
Boy!
It's pretty early. Do you always begin your mornings with a warm-up? Leanna nods.
It helps me wake up and prepare for the day ahead. Also, it's become a part of my routine, so it just doesn't feel right when I don't do it.
Make you think of the Don't Escape games? You mean Zero Escape? I don't know what Don't Escape is. I know what you mean. I really can't go through my morning routine from Earth here on Terra, but it feels a bit strange.
Right.
Leanna looks down. The awkwardness creeps into the silence. She probably took that in a negative way, which wasn't my intention. That's okay though, I can always make a new routine.
New routine?
I unsheathe my blade and grip it. This morning practice with you seems like a good place to start. She grins.
Considering how well you handled yourself yesterday, I'm curious to see what's the extent of your skill
I
set.
clicked the buttons that match the buttons. It's great. They're horror point-and-click games. Gotcha. Pongo has a memory span of about 4 hours. It's basically a goldfish at this point. I smirk. Only one way to find out. What's the lesson today, senpai?
Sand pie?
I shake my head. Never mind. She blinks, then refocuses and matches my fighting stance by raising her sword.
Since you already have some experience with the blade, sparring will be the best way to gauge your skills.
You shouldn't really spar with live steel, but okay. I'm ready. I tighten the grip of my blade. Ready when you are.
Here I come!
Lena dashes towards me. Her movements seem slower than when they were during the bandit fight. It seems like she isn't using her wind magic. I unsheathe my blade and grip it. Exactly, Roro. Nothing sexual there is at all. And here's the gameplay. Win. What are you? What am I? What am I playing? How you doing, I'm cute? How's your day been? We're talking about let's go. Still gripping. I mean, hey, I had to click faster as it went on, you know? Somehow I managed to keep pace with her. Every time I think I'm about to get on the upper hand, her intensity increased till we're equally matched again. Even so, I could feel her holding back. Without using magic, Mage Knights are still a formidable opponent with the sword, especially if they're anything like Anna. You a cat, you cute too, man? Hell yeah! I'm a little Neko boy. How goes it? How'd you find the stream? We go back and forth with a few more swings until Leanna strikes from above. I hurriedly block with my sword, but I lose my balance in my hurry and topple to the ground, landing on my back. Oof. Leanna kneels down beside me.
Your fundamentals are solid. If you keep practicing, I'm sure you'll be a formidable warrior in no time.
Hell yeah. That's pretty high praise when it's coming from you. She smiles and blushes. Leanna extends a hand and helps me back to my feet.
It would be better if I could watch you spar with someone else. That way, I can see your movement from different angles and give you better feedback.
Unless the Pongo can use a sword, the only other option is Zack. Look around and spot Zack leaning against the tree closer to our sparring location. He watches us with his arms crossed. Wait, how long has he been there? Just throwing around and your voice is fairly enticing. Oh, thank you. Well, welcome in. I appreciate you coming over. Leanna rushes over to him.
Zack! Would you be willing to duel with him?
She points at me.
I'd like to get a better look at his technique.
He merely stares at her.
Oh, right. You need a blade.
Leanna hands her blade to Zack. He takes it from her and inspects it.
What are the rules of the duel?
She wants to watch you handle your blade. Wow, wow, wow.
Standard spar. Be the first one to knock your opponent to the ground.
Zack nods and heads towards the field. As Leanna returns to me, we share a glance. That was surprisingly easy. He wants to kick my ass, what he wants to do. I guess it's not in a mercenary's nature to back down from a fight, even if it is a fake one.
Are you two ready?
Step a decent distance away from Zack and ready my blade. Yep. Zack continues to stand there. I took a look at Leanna again and see she just shrugs. He nods. Zack nods. Hey, take a shot. Gonna destroy us? Oh, he's gonna kick our ass.
Okay, begin.
I rush forward. And suddenly I'm on the ground, staring up at the sky with an aching pain in my chest. The wind knocked out of me. I groan.
Strange. I thought he'd last at least 2 shots.
Did you shoot me with a gun? Motherfucker!
Zack!
What?
Why did you use your discharger?
Why not?
Why not? Zack used skill gun. Leanna steps forward.
The whole point was to have a sword match with him.
You didn't list that as a rule.
God damn it. Her frustration is evident in her voice.
Why else would I give you my sword?
Why did you give me your sword?
Is everyone just the stupidest motherfucker in this game?
for you to use!
She snatches her blade back from Zack and heads over to me.
Are you hurt?
My pride, the prince of all Saiyans. Is this what it feels like to be emasculated? Twice. My gaze drifts past Leanna to the blue sky behind her. Leanna's the only intelligent one here. I mean, yeah, I guess so far. At least the view is nice. Leanna helps me up again.
The one and only lesson you need to know when fighting. Do whatever it takes to win.
You tell him. As soon as he's done speaking, Zack turns around and heads back to the campsite. I bet he also did like the hair flip. What do you think? This is kind of funny. It is pretty funny so far. It's had a lot of funny moments. It's just, I feel like a lot of the jokes up till now have been, whoa, what do you mean you don't understand what I'm saying? Earth, this is Terra. But I think we're getting past that and getting some good comedy bits. Leanna huffs.
Mercenaries can be so annoying sometimes.
She's probably seen some heavy stuff. Mercenaries take on all sorts of jobs, including some really unsavory types. That probably influences their battle ethics and code of survival to be more brutal than others. Leanna ponders my words. They got whipped in the non-existent wind. Exactly. 100% Roro. You know what I'm talking about.
That's true.
We pack up our things and clean up the campsite, then we continue on our journey. As we walk, we slip into a comfortable silence. Zack lingers behind. Leanna and I there's no period there. Zack lingers behind Leanna and I while the Pongo returns to its usual spot on my head. I love that it's on my head. I'm just going to keep this up on the side. This is what the Pongo looks like. If you're wondering what the Pongo is, it's this guy. And for a few hours, it doesn't feel like we're getting any closer. If you ever do an abridged video about hiring me to be a voice actor, you do a fantastic douchebag protagonist, I'll be 100% down, Chris. I'd be 1,000,000% down. I want to get into voice acting. So, how long do we reach Illumina?
We'll need to stop at Raven Pass to restock and spend the night. But if we continue to make good time, we'll reach Illumia by midday tomorrow.
One more day of walking. If only I hadn't brought my BitFit. I would have had my daily steps in for a lifetime. Womp 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 womp. What we call triples that you Pongos? Triples are pretty cute, I'm not gonna lie. I nod. We fall back into silence. By mid-afternoon, we arrive at the gates of a settlement even smaller than Meadow Hill Village. The town consists of an inn and a few shops, the bare essentials. They probably only ever see travelers like us, people passing through on their way to Illumia.
Okay, we should stock up on supplies.
My wife asked me how to get into voice acting last night. I'm like, I don't know, I could Google it. It's pretty overwhelming to me to get started in it, especially when I don't have the best soundproofing. I did create a demo reel and sent it to my friend and my mod Brooke, who works in the industry, and she forwarded along. And they said my mic wasn't good enough quality and my sound echoes a bit too much for professional work. So I'm saving up money to get a good mic.
I'll be making a stop at the weaponsmith.
Zack pats the 2 holster discharges at his side. Now that I think about it, I only saw him use one during the bandit ambush. The other one must already have been damaged.
I'll check out the shop since my weapons are okay on repairs.
I'll go with you. Leanna smiles. Zack nods. Jesus. You're right, if this was a drinking game, I would be smashed.
See you soon then.
He turns down another path.
Let's go.
Let's go! Leanna smiles back at me as she leads the way to the shops. Wait up! We find the general store with ease since the marketplace itself is quite small. In fact, I'm surprised by how busy the store is. Wait, this is literally the same general store as last time. Come on. I guess if you're the only general store around, business is bound to be good. As Leanna picks out a couple of items, I look around the shop. I noticed people of all backgrounds wearing clothes ranging from the leather I'd seen in Meadow Hill to intricately embroidered robes. They really do get all types traveling through here. Once Leanna is finished, I follow her to the counter and pay for her items.
Will that be all for today?
Bro. A little less stilted. Leanna nods.
Your total comes to 34 coins.
Your total comes to 34 coins. Not every word has to have a stop after it. There are services where you can advertise yourself, make a portfolio of different types of voices you can do. Include details on the equipment. You have like a microphone, soundproofing, we're doing small voice and project for free. Just get to okay. Chris, if you want to like shoot a DM to me in Discord, I'd be interested in talking to you as well, because I do want to get into the VA industry. Lena's eyes widen.
34 coins for these? It should be at most 30.
Shopkeeper frowns apologetically. He doesn't seem too happy about the price either.
I'm sorry, miss. The goods themselves are only 20 coins. The rest of the cost is the 70% tax.
70% tax? Stay quiet. Don't say you're... And I thought the taxes in America were bad. It's not my place to say anything. Leanna's furrows her brow.
I don't remember the tax being so high in the past.
The mayor only recently increased the tax.
Has no one asked why? It doesn't seem fair.
Man nods.
We did in the beginning, but then the mayor hired enforcers of the new law.
Oh, yikes. Well, is there tea and a river nearby that I can dump it into? I am American after all. Made it? You did, Svent. How you doing? You voiced a teddy bear in a Fallout 4 mod and also guest starred in Scary Rabbit Stories. Oh, that's really cool. Hell yeah, Chris. Just got out from the new Avatar movie. Was it good? That's where the tax money went. Yeah, went straight into hiring enforcers. Nina frowns, but doesn't say anything more. The shopkeeper continues to look apologetic as he gestures at her items.
I'm really sorry about this, miss, but I don't have any other choice.
I understand. It's not your fault.
Absolutely amazing? That's good. I was very, what's the word for it? Wary of the new Avatar movie. I mean, it's been in development for like 15 years. Can't wait to see what Zach says about this. Probably just a nod, Worth a 13-year wait? Hot damn. She hands over the coins.
Thank you for understanding. Safe travels.
As we head out, Leanna seems quieter than usual. Are you okay?
Something about this just doesn't seem right. New tax rules and new guards to enforce them? I came through here only a few days ago on my way to Meadow Hill.
A few days ago?
And the tax hadn't been changed then.
Yeah, that's pretty wild that a 70% tax has been put in, like, the day after you pass through.
It all seems too sudden.
Let's investigate. We should find out what's going on here. Leanna blinks.
Really?
Yeah, let's do it. We can't just leave it alone if something foul's at play here. Leanna smiles.
You're right. Anyway, let's go meet up with Zach.
Zach. I nod. I nod and Zach nods. We make our way to the lane of armory. The lane of armory? This isn't a good sentence. Make our way to the lane of armory and smiths and peek through a few shops windows before we spot Zach. A guard looms over him. Uh-oh, this doesn't look promising. Nina frowns as we enter the shop.
This doesn't concern you. Stay out of it.
It became my concern when you threatened him in front of me.
Damn! Zach's a good guy! Hell yeah.
Threatened. All I told him was what may happen to his store if he doesn't pay up for these protective services.
Mob boss.
Leave. Now.
Guard laughs.
What makes you think I'd listen to you?
I got 2 guns. Zach glares at the guards. He flips open his coat and reveals his discharger. He grips the second discharger at the table. The color drains from the guard's face.
2 dischargers with purple spheres and a black trench coat.
They know him.
It can't be.
He's famous. Zach shifts slightly, increasing the ferocity in his eyes. The guard tries to hide his fear with false bravado. He turns toward the shopkeeper.
You're lucky your friend was here today.
You're lucky your friend was here today. I'm out of here.
You won't always be here, though.
Oh shit, he's dripped out. Sheesh, I gotta get out of here. After imparting one last subtle threat, the guard hurries out of the shop, brushing past Leanna and I. Zach relaxes and the shopkeeper sighs in relief.
Thank you.
Yo, they get like their friend Dave to voice this guy.
That have to do with this new tax you mentioned?
Shopkeeper nods.
The taxes just keep growing. I've tried to keep my prices as low as possible for the customers, but then our taxes grow and, well, you saw what happens next.
His fingers tremble as he takes back the discharger. I think he's still shaken up by what happened.
I'm sorry. I still need a few more minutes to finish up the repairs. It would have been done by now if we hadn't been interrupted.
I shouldn't diss this person because they probably weren't given the best direction, but like his hands are shaking, he's scared, and you're like, I'm sorry, but I need a few more minutes to finish up the repairs. Like put some effort in. Like, I'm sorry, I still need a few more minutes to finish up the repairs. Like, actually put a little bit of the fear in the voice. Zach nods. The weaponsmith gives him a grateful smile as he returns to his workroom. Tax issues again.
It looks like it's affecting all of the stores, and it's only going to get worse.
I'm not going to let it escalate.
Damn, hell yeah, Zach. Leanna and I glance at Zach in surprise.
You two head to the inn. I have something to take care of first.
What are you planning to do?
Shoot the guy.
I'm going to pay a visit to the mayor.
We'll help. We're coming too. Man showed up for his check, no effort at all. Yeah. I always feel weird disparaging someone else's work, but like, man, there was nothing there. Zach looks surprised.
Something here is just not right. We can't sit by and do nothing.
Shopkeeper returns and places Zach's discharger on the counter.
All fixed.
Thanks. Here.
Zach offers coins to the vendor, who shakes his head.
Please, don't worry about it. You've already done me a huge favor by helping me with the guard.
Another good way of doing that line would be to try to get across that the shopkeeper is slowly calming down and coming down. Yeah, 100%. Like, tiredness, exhaustion. It's like a little bit of relief. Like, oh gosh, please don't worry about it. You've already done me a huge favor by helping with the guard. Just something. Please don't worry about it. You've already done me a huge favor. Like, come on. Zach holsters his discharger and places the coins on the counter anyway.
I insist.
Oh, he's a cute little boy. Shopkeeper looks conflicted, then sighs and nods gratefully. He's a cute little boy. Zach leads the way out of the shop and through the town. His footsteps are long and full of purpose, which is a change from his quiet, cautious demeanor. I can't help but look at him with a newfound respect. This is the first time I've seen him so determined and driven. Soon we arrive in front of a large, elaborate mansion. It looks very out of place compared to the modest shops in the rest of town. 2 men guard the entrance. Zach pauses and sizes up the guards. Use element of surprise for 2 quick sneak attacks. I definitely just let us walk in to see the mayor. Zach nods and readies his discharger.
Agreed.
What are you guys planning?
We're gonna kill him. We'll knock him out and make our way in. Zach blinks, then fills with the discharger.
Right. Just knock them out.
The stoic anime protagonist has more emotion than the shopkeeper does. Exactly. Right. Just knock him out. Nina looks at Zach.
I don't agree with this decision. We don't know for sure these guards are bad.
Fuck bitches, get money. Zach and I will take care of it. Okay, then stay back and let us handle it.
Wait!
I walk over to the guards.
Halt! What is your business?
Before the other guard can react, I strike him square in the chest with the hilt of my blade. He gasps as the wind is knocked out of him and kneels over.
Good work.
I nod. Leanna rushes forward and checks them for a pulse. After a moment, she sighs in relief and whirls on us.
You do realize you just assaulted official guards, right?
Shmeep. Oopsie. Look, they pocketed the money from the mayor. She's too pure and dumb. I mean, choosing to jump 2 people randomly is also insanity.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Leanna's glare is cut short by the glow of her manipulator. It pulses similar to when she originally scanned me for magic.
What the?
She hovers her hand over her modulator and looks inside the building.
You guys coming?
Zach is already on his way in. Leanna looks annoyed but follows, checking her manipulator. She may not be happy with us, but she seems more concerned about her manipulator's random magic sensing. Zach leads the way again. We follow behind as Leanna fiddles with her manipulator. As we progress through the mansion, we pass unnoticed by the clerks and guards milling about. They must assume we have reason to be here if we got through the front door. Leanna stares intently at her manipulator, her brow furrowed in confusion.
This doesn't make any sense.
What is it?
The readings. They're so erratic. It's almost like there's... But there can't be.
There's what?
Shadow magic.
But there can't be shadow magic, chat. There can't be. Zach looks sharply at Leanna.
Shadow magic.
She reluctantly nods. Zach sets his jaw and tightens the grip on his dischargers. So, shadow magic? Someone mind telling me what that is? Magic jammer or shadow magic? Hey, they both work.
It's forbidden magic.
The dark magic. She's entirely focused on her manipulator.
It's coming from...
He jogs down the hallway and stops in front of a mahogany double door.
behind there.
Suddenly, a voice calls out from behind us.
It's you!
Whoop! Standing in the hall is some guard from the shop.
How did you get in here? Intruders!
Shmeep! Oops! All eyes fall on us as he begins yelling. The guards who previously ignored us now draw their weapons as they close in. Zach pulls out his dischargers.
You go deal with whatever that is. I'll keep them busy here.
Damn! Zach's dreamy, chat. Zach kicks down one of the tables and drops behind it for cover.
Go! Now!
As he raises his guns, purple energy swirls to life. He rains a hail of energy bolts down the hall and suppresses the fire. Damn! Leanna bursts through the doors and I stay at her heels. The noise from the battle gradually fades away as we run deeper into the mansion. Eventually, the hall leads to a study. A carved wooden desk laden with books and ledgers is the center of the bookcases surrounding it. A man wearing a hooded dark robe sits at the desk. Motherfucker's wearing a hooded dark robe. He scribbles something with one hand while the other hand is hidden within his robe. He's holding his dick. An older man sits at the other side of the desk. His graying hair sticks out into strange angles and his embroidered clothes are slightly askew. He stares at the open ledgers on the desk, but his eyes are dull, as if they aren't really seeing it. Two guards stand by the doorway, as still as statues, with those same dull eyes. The treasurer rises to his feet.
Who let these two in? I explicitly said no visitors.
Leanna's manipulator pulses wildly, especially when she raises her arm toward him. Hey, get a load of this guy. Doesn't even have an orb. Yeah, motherfucker doesn't even got an orb.
It's him! He's the source of the shadow magic!
Neither the mayor nor the guards react.
How dare you make such accusations! Arrest her immediately!
The guards ready their weapons. Stop! We aren't here to fight you!
It's no use! He's influencing them with shadow magic!
A gust of wind gathers around Leanna, violently whipping her hair and clothes. It concentrates in her gauntlet palm and she hurls it at them. The wind knocks the guards against the walls and blows open the robe of the treasurer, exposing his hidden hand. Within his palm is a dark, crystal sphere. It looks like a marble of darkness and swirling smoke. From within the crystal are shadow tendrils, which extend to the mayor and his two unconscious guards. Leanna's voice is flat when she speaks. Never heard her sound so serious before.
A tainted spear, and the branding of void.
It's literally the same voice. It's the same.
You have seen too much.
The treasurer raises his black sphere high, and shadow energy shoots straight toward Leanna. She raises her hand and creates another ball of wind, which she fires at the shadowy bolt. The shadow ball cuts through Leanna's magic like a knife through butter, and her wind scatters harmlessly into the room. Push her out of the way! Leanna! I dash toward her and knock her out of the way. I take the full brunt of the shadow blast, and I'm flung against the wall. Agony sears my body. I grit through the pain and look at Leanna. It doesn't look like any of her magic hit her. She rushes over, her face a mix of bewilderment and concern. You got this. I muster up a smile. Go get him.
That was so reckless.
Leanna unsheathes her blade, a determined fire in her eyes as she faces the treasurer and raises her sword. Yo! Her manipulator glows with power, which flows into her blade, encasing it in a similar glow. Magic particles swirl around as static sparks of energy lash out from her weapon. In an instant, she dashes toward the treasurer at an inhuman speed. He fires 2 shadow bolts, but Leanna uses her blade to cut through the air and shoot off 2 slices of energy which cut through the shadow magic.
What?
Nani?
Yeah!
Did I wonder if she has fan art? Damn, Chris. Damn. Leanna lunges and charges her blade towards the treasurer. Just before her sword would pierce him, the treasurer throws his tainted sphere on the ground. It shatters apart and the shadowy mist leaks out of the orb, enclosing the room in a dark fog. The thick fog clouds my vision. I can't see anything. As it slowly begins to fade, I make out Leanna watching her surroundings, but the treasurer is nowhere to be seen. He's smoke-bombed! He's smoke-bombed! Absolutely zero questionable artwork anywhere? Yeah, why would there be? When she doesn't see her enemy, the glow from her sword fades away. Oh! Damn! He actually has a portrait! This is like the first person, aside from Zach, that's had an actual picture. The mayor lets out a throaty groan. He rubs his head, his eyes now looking groggy, like someone who has just woken up.
What is...
Leanna sheathes her blade.
Take it easy. You were under the effects of shadow magic.
Shadow magic?
He shakes his head, as if to free his thoughts. He must be trying to shake off the lingering effects of the magic.
Is it finally over?
Leanna nods. The mayor takes a few more minutes to compose himself. When his eyes seem more focused, he sighs in relief.
You have my thanks.
Suddenly, the door barges open and Zack races in. Behind him is a wave of guards.
Stop him!
He's with us!
The mayor stands unsteadily on his feet, but addresses the guards.
Leave them be! But they... I said leave them be!
But he killed like half of the guard! They hesitate and shoot confused glances at each other, but ultimately follow the order and lower their weapons.
Took you guys long enough.
Hey! He looks at me.
What are you doing down there?
Bro! I took a shadow bolt! I groan as I rotate on my back. Leanna offers me a hand, which I accept.
He took a shadow blast. Aimed for me.
Zack blinks in surprise, but looks impressed.
Seems like you ended up being useful after all.
Rude! So rude! Thanks? Leanna checks her manipulator, but it remains still.
The shadow magic is gone.
Oh. Mayor seems much more alert.
It was my treasurer, wasn't it?
Leanna nods. He sighs heavily and sits back down in his chair. You know what this feels like? This feels like a session 1 D&D game, where like we run into each other on the road, 3 different classes. They're like siege of Mayor's Hall and find him, you know, controlled by black magic, and then he rewards you as like, oh, you're now my official vassals, and we're gonna send you out to do missions. This is like everyone's first D&D campaign.
When he first arrived into town, I thought he would be like all the other travelers and go on his way.
Oh, fucking us, right, Shim?
But he said he knew how to make this town even greater than what it is now. He had ideas on how we could become more than just a wayward stop. The first step was to increase taxes to build up our treasury.
He hangs his head in his hands.
All I wanted was to help the people here have better lives. All I've done is cause them suffering.
Man, all I want to do is to help my people. I gotta tax them, man. I gotta tax them some more. Make their life better by taxing them. That sounds like a good start to a D&D campaign. I'm gonna steal that for D&D. That's a good idea, Chris. It's a good start.
You weren't in control of yourself.
But it was me who made all the rulings and enforced those tax laws.
Leanna shakes her head.
It wasn't you. That man had a tainted sphere, and he was using it to influence you.
Mayor leans back. He looks tired, as if a huge weight was dropped on him.
I don't deserve to continue as mayor
No,
of this
you don't.
town.
Some random dude came in your town and was like, yo, bro, I know how to fix this for you. Tax the motherfuckers, and we're gonna be better than ever. How? Doesn't matter. He's like, yeah, dude, let's just do that. That's the best case scenario. One of the guards steps forward.
That's not true.
I look over at the voice, recognize him as one of the guards formerly controlled by shadow magic.
I know what it's like when he used that magic. All I could think about was how I could become an honor guard. The thought was overwhelming and I'd do anything to achieve it. I know that wasn't the real you, Mayor.
The other formerly controlled guard steps forward and nods.
Me too. Little Garrett still plays with the toy sword you gave him for his birthday. Says he's practicing for when he joins the guard too.
God, this delivery. The other guard in the room murmur their assent. You mean the ones that were harassing shopkeepers? Man's about to Final Fantasy 14 Quintus up in here. Oh god, flash fogs. That's inappropriate.
There's nobody who can run this town better than you.
The mayor glances at the hopeful faces of the guard. In this small town, I can believe that he knows each of them by name. Finally, he gives me them a weak smile. I think this guard wasn't actually controlled and it was just pretending to have been affected. Yes, me too. I also was controlled by the shadow magic. I'm gonna gloss over that the other cops were totally on board. Yeah, right? Exactly, Roro. They're all gonna pretend that they were controlled. Oh no, I just wanted to make the fucking nerdiest analogy. Like, they're all gonna pretend that they were controlled, like they were the Death Eaters under the Imperious Curse. You can leave, Chad. It's okay. It's okay. I don't blame you.
I suppose somebody needs to clean up this mess.
He gets back to his feet and turns to us.
I don't know how to thank you for what you've done for us.
Money? Riches? Leanna smiles warmly.
I'm glad we were able to help.
Zach and I nod.
You must be exhausted. Please, feel free to stay at Raven Pass for as long as you like. You are
we're always welcome
here.
Hey, we did good.
Thank you.
Three of us leave the mayor into his business and head out of the mansion. Once outside, I glance up at the darkening sky. Leanna mirrors my movements.
We should rest up for the night.
Agreed.
Hey, he nodded. Zach nodded. Why would I leave? This is great. Exactly. I nod.
I saw the inn back towards the shops.
Zach leads the way. After turning down the side street, we see the lightened sign of the Hog's Head Inn. That's a Harry Potter reference. I stifle a yawn as we head inside. Zach and I sit down at a table while Leanna speaks with the innkeeper. She returns with 2 room keys, looking a bit shocked. Wordlessly, she passes one to Zach. What's going on?
The innkeeper refused to let us pay for the rooms or food. Said it was by order of the mayor, and one he would happily oblige.
Damn. Drake! With the resub! 3 months! Yo, Drake, you know what that means? It means you got a new toolbox! A fancy golden one! Thank you. That was really nice of him. Exactly! Talal Ashstorm in this video game. That was really nice of Drake. She nods. Another silence falls over us, but this one feels natural and not a bit uncomfortable. After a few minutes, the staff brings us 3 steaming bowls and places one in front of each of us. Once the bowl hits the table, Zach digs in with gusto and practically inhales his food. Leanna and I share a look before we grab our spoons. Stew again? She nods.
It's hearty and filling.
Chat, will I be crucified if I tell you all that I hate stew and soup? I absolutely can't stand them. Well, I can't stand soup. Sometimes stew is okay. If it's a really thick stew, I can deal with that. Where does Ashstorm come from? Well, you see, Talal was the name of my character through Warcraft. But in Final Fantasy, you have to pick a last name. And I thought, well, I'm making a cat boy. So I based it off the Warrior Cat books, where they usually have names like Firepaw or like Star or something. Basically, Starpelt. And they basically use like names built that way. So I chose Ashstorm, like it was a Warrior Cat name, because I'm a fucking nerd. Rabbit again?
Actually, this time it's venison.
I take a bite. Better than rabbit. No way, this is even better. Leanna grins.
I like venison more.
I try not to wince every time I use my spoon. The fire has eased out of my body, but my shoulder still throbs from where I landed on the ground. Leanna glances at me, then gets up and walks back to the innkeeper. She returns with a compress in her hand. Oh, she's taking care of me. Don't feel bad, my character's name in Final Fantasy literally my name with a few letters taken out. That's fair. Glad I didn't take any of my WoW names, instead took my online name everywhere else. That's good. She offers it to me with a smile.
This should help with the pain.
Hold it against my shoulder and smile appreciatively as the pain slowly melts to a dull ache.
Thanks for helping me back there.
I did jump in front of a bullet for you. I smile. Anytime. I continue digging into my meal. So, what exactly makes shadow magic bad?
It's far more dangerous than any other elemental magic. And it's incredibly unstable and volatile.
And it's called shadow, which means it's dark, which means it's evil.
The most serious thought of shadow magic is how it's able to amplify the shadowy thoughts of someone's mind.
So, the treasurer was manipulating what the mayor was already feeling? She nods.
He might have wanted to help the town by looking to expand, but there's also a bit of selfishness on his part for wanting to do that too. Either greed from more money coming in and more luxurious goods, or wanting more fame and recognition.
You research lore-compatible Zillion names because I'm a dork? My wife does that. Whenever she makes a character, she'll look up, hey honey, come here. Tell them what you do when you make character names. Okay. Come here, honey. How do you make character names, dear?
What?
Are you too embarrassed? Do you want me to say it instead?
Yes.
She'll look up names in other languages or words in other languages and try to use like whatever sounds prettiest to match the character. It's very cute. I started using Drake on YouTube and then became that everywhere. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing with Talale.
Everyone has thoughts like that. It's just a matter of keeping those thoughts in check.
Shadow magic, unfortunately, lets those desires loose in a destructive way.
Is there any way to block against it?
Unless you are a mage. Not really.
Lena picks at her food.
Most people can't control the magic well, and it's very easy for it to backfire and cause more harm to the caster than the intended target.
Treacherous seem to be handling it well. He looks even more worried.
I know. Which is even more troubling, considering the fact that shadow magic is outlawed in Havengard.
You mean the magic that makes everyone bad and evil and is the worst thing ever is outlawed? Man. My WoW main's name back in the day was named for a character from an edgy gothic shoujo manga. I have to know. What is the name, Red Werewolf? My old online name was a can of Pringles. To this day, my friends still call me Pringles. That's amazing, Chris. I love that. Back when I was a kid, I made an account on RuneScape, and I wanted to name the character Sora because I loved Kingdom Hearts. So like, oh, my character's gonna be named Sora, but of course it was taken. So I named it like Sora 31657 or something. So that was my name growing up, and that was like one of my first emails. Was Sora and then a bunch of numbers. So that was my original online name. Oh shit, he does have Noctis's hair. You're right, Drake. Oh, I've never read Angel Sanctuary. I figured I might know it because I read a lot of edgy manga back in the day. Zack pushes his now empty bowl away from him.
I think he's part of Void.
Leah's frown deepens.
I think so too. I noticed the branding on his forearm.
What's Void?
The practitioners of shadow magic. They first rose to power during the struggle of the Three Kingdoms, before the Treaty of Asaria. They wanted to grow their power in the outreach of shadow magic, and a lot of innocent people were killed in the process. At the height of their power, they grew so powerful and were so destructive that the Three Kingdoms had to set aside their differences and band together.
Whoa.
That's when the treaty was formed. Part of the agreement was to outlaw shadow magic.
Are you really telling me it took 3 kingdoms to take down one cult?
Shadow magic is a lot more powerful than any other elemental magic, which is why there are people who still want to practice it. It's impossible to stabilize the magic, so it's deemed too dangerous to be used.
Zack nods, take a shot. Jesus. I see. No wonder both Leanna and Zack seemed so grim when they first noticed the shadow magic. I stifle another yawn. Sleepy boy. Hi, all. Just got off of work. How's everyone's day going? It's going great, Close. We are currently experiencing one of the most cringe visual novels, but also one of the most funny visual novels I've played. How you doing? Watch us be good at shadow magic? Ooh, flash fog with the theories.
Is everyone done eating?
Zach and I both nod. We nod. Another shot.
Then I suggest we head to bed.
I second that motion. I'm exhausted.
I know.
She grins, and I can feel a rush of warmth in my face. I guess she saw my yawn. Zach leads the way upstairs, clutching one of the keys. We stop in front of 2 adjoining rooms.
Well, good night then.
Good night. Zach nods. Leanne turns the key and lets herself into the room, then gently closes the door behind her. Zach also turns the key and lets himself into the second room. I'm about to follow him in, but the door slams shut. Very funny. I turn the handle, but it's locked. Rude. Having to sit down, finally having a standing job is tiring on the feet. Oh, God. I used to do that close. I couldn't do that nowadays. I have trouble walking some days. What the hell? Zach, let me in. He ignores me, so I pound on the door. Come on, let me in. He doesn't answer, but a couple of people poke their heads out of their rooms and glare at me. Be more quiet. Sorry. Gently knock on the door. Haha, very funny. You can open the door now, please. No answer. I continue hammering repeatedly on the door. I keep this up all night. Suddenly the door swings open and I walk in. The first thing I notice is that there are 2 twin beds. Zach lounges on one and fixes his stony gaze on me. What the hell was that? Why didn't you let me in?
No space.
Motherfucker. There are 2 beds. Zach wordlessly walks over to the other bed and pulls back the blankets tucked inside. The bed are both his dischargers. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. He tucks his guns into bed. He tucks his fucking guns into bed. Not cool, man. Not cool. I gotta remove his weapons.
What are you doing?
This is my bed.
But then where will they sleep?
I just look at him. Finally, he sighs and collects his dischargers. I drew a character in high school I named Shima. I also used a few RPs and I ended up getting pinned with the nickname Shima, which has since been shortened to Shim. Honestly, I love your name Shim, by the way. I think it's really good. Alright, so I'm gonna be chopping this man's head off. No, he's too funny, Flashbox. He's too funny. I lie back in the bed, and as soon as my head hits the pillow, I'm asleep. I told you, I'm playing the most unhorny route, chat. What they wanted me to do was click on, oh, let's go to the girls' room. We're gonna knock on the girls' room and see a panty shot. No, I want to help Zach tuck his guns into bed. I'm rudely awakened by a boisterous yell. As I blink my eyes open, I see the pongo planted on Zach's face. Worth. What's going on? Zach leaps off the bed, continuing his scolding, and the pongo scurries under the pillow. I think you scared him.
Get out of there!
He snatches the pillow and reveal the pongo contentedly blobbing over his dischargers. The pongo's eyes are slitted shut and wears a silly grin. Yo, the pongo getting high as fuck from his guns. Sheesh.
Don't even think about it.
Zach scoops up his dischargers and forcefully gives them a shake. The pongo's eyes snap open as he wobbles in the air, clinging on for dear life. Zach doesn't cease his shaking, and somehow the pongo seems to be hanging on. His small body jiggles up and down until he finally bounces to the floor. I love this shit. This is great. Pongo snorting that gunpowder. Oh, God.
Boy.
He glares daggers at Zach, who's too busy inspecting his dischargers to notice. There's a sharp knock on the door. Barely comprehending what's going on, I shuffle to the door and open it a crack.
I heard yelling. Is everything
She cuts off mid-sentence, her eyes grow wide. I look behind me and see Zach dangling his dischargers high in the air while the pongo leaps up to reach it.
These aren't for you to absorb!
I'll just wait for you guys downstairs.
The Before I can answer, she turns away around and walks away. This is amazing. I'm loving this. I will say the first hour had me wondering if it would actually be a good game because it was reusing the same joke over and over again, but it's actually getting quite good now. But someone has tried to grind up crystals, snored and probably died, or that's how mages are made. Maybe Pongo will evolve after eating guns. The Pongo will just eat the guns and then it will digivolve like a Digimon and get guns of itself. A long while later, I emerged from the room with the Pongo sitting on my head. Zack has his discharges back in their holsters and shoulders his pack. We head downstairs and meet Leanna, who is waiting at one of the tables.
Is everyone ready?
Sorry, Leanna. The first 1 to 2 hours of most VNs are usually the hardest part. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this one was especially dull because they could have at least changed some of the humor, but it was like, what do you mean, Terra? Where we're from, we're on Earth. Earth? What's that? And that was the whole comedy routine for the first hour. Yep.
Yeah. As long as that thing doesn't come near my dischargers again.
Poi poi.
Poi poi. The Pongo sticks out his tongue. He speaks before the two of them can start again.
All right, then let's hit the road.
Hell yeah. With one final nod, she leads the way out of the inn and back into town. The rest of the journey towards Lumina is peaceful yet uneventful. Pongo snoozes on my head for most of the way there. Leanna frequently sneaks a peek at him and smiles to herself. Zack keeps to himself, continues to be in the lead for fewest lines spoken. By midday, I can see the stone buildings of Lumina. We make it through the city gates without incident. Alright, I think I'm going to call this here, y'all. I've been talking for a very long time, and Hachi Machi, my throat's starting to hurt a bit. But yeah, I'm gonna go see about rating someone. See who might be streaming right now. Oh, Oren's streaming. I'm gonna go raid Oren. Send you over to one of my favorite VTubers. Alright. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. This is a really fun day. I'm glad we did something a little bit different. Next time I'll be streaming will be most likely on Sunday. Possibly on Saturday, depending on how I'm feeling. And we'll be doing Endwalker MSQ next. I know, I made you all wait a bit for it. I did the Final Fantasy VII stream previously, and now I'm doing this one. But yeah, I'm going to send y'all over to Oren. Thanks for hanging out. Lots of love. Good night.